In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how you can find an image online and you can wrap your own label around a bottle. So here I have a bottle and I picked one that has a really strong edge so I can just use the magic wand. And I'm going to select the white. And then what you're going to do is up at the top, select inverse. And now I only have my bottle selected. Control C or Command C will copy it. File new, and my poster size is US paper in the default. Create my document, and I've now pasted in my drink. You can move it around the canvas however you want, and also after you're done pasting in your label on top, you can always move it around later. Double click, bottle. For this example, I opened up a previous student's energy drink label. And the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you either have a duplicate of this or you want to make sure after you flatten it that you revert back to the original so you don't lose your layers. What we're going to do is we are going to flatten this image. Over on the side here, you'll see this arrow with a bunch of lines. You're going to click on that and then flatten image. You'll see I've lost all of my layers. Control A or Command A will grab everything. Control C will copy it. Command C. And then I'm going to go over to my poster and Control V, Command V. If you're on the Move tool, you can move this up to wherever you'd like to place it. Going back here, Control D, Command D deselects. And then I also want to make sure that I don't accidentally save this without bringing my layers back. You can go to Window, History, and just click on the very top, and that'll bring you back to the original state. I can now close this down. I don't need it any longer. I could also hit don't save, but I never want anyone to ever lose their layers. I'm going to turn the eye off of this, zoom in, and I have my rulers showing, but if you don't, you would hit View, Rulers to bring it up. Putting my cursor into my rulers, I can click and drag a guide out. You can also zoom in to make sure that my guide is going to be at the top of this label and at the bottom and over to the side of the label. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can warp them later. And back over. Zooming out using Control minus or Command minus, or you can come over here and use your zoom tool at the minus. What I want to do now is turn on the eye on my label. Double click label so I know which it is. And I want to find a position where it's going to have the information on it. So I'm going to end up scaling it down a bit. And when you're happy, hit enter. From here, what you could do if you'd like to warp it right away, edit, transform, warp will bring up your warp tool, and you can just bring up your edges. And I can warp my label. And I can bring this center point down a bit so it has a slight curve to it. You can also bring this up a bit. Have your corners so you have more of a dip through the center. And when you're happy, hit enter. So here I've added a slight curve to my label. What I want to do now is remove the edges and mask them out. I do not need my guides anymore. View, Show, Guides will hide my guides. And now I can work on masking out the sides here. If I click on the bottle label, using my magic wand, clicking on the white, and then I want to inverse it. Select inverse. Turning on my label here. Right now you can see that the inner part of the label here would actually be selected. Make sure you are on the label layer. And you're going to add a clipping mask right here. It's the third one in, add your layer mask, and it'll automatically wrap the label around it.